So, Ghost Rider coming to the MCU again? Question mark? Exclamation point? That's how
Well,
I
it's a
put
good
this.
thing there's about 15 of them. So,
Exactly. So, Mitch, okay, so what's the confusion here? Because people are like, wait, Ghost Rider's already in the MCU, and he is. That's Robbie Reyes.
Yes.
yeah, yeah. I'm not entirely sure because like there is talk of that they want Danny Ketch in the Ghost Rider show for Hulu. So it's a question of like, is he going to be the one in the movie, or not Danny Ketch, sorry, Johnny Blaze in the show?
Right.
So like, could it possibly be Johnny Blaze is in the movie as well, and that's your first little crossover there, or is it just going to be Danny Ketch and they like keep it
I
apart?
mean, if you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we have, Luna's Ghost Rider. He's going to be carrying on his darker series on Hulu. And then in that series, we've already had Johnny Blaze appear. He passes all of the power, and
Well,
that's...
it was unnamed. They could
Right.
say it was Ketch. I think they have said it is Blaze.
Right, but they could
technically in the show,
retroactively. Yeah. So there's multiple riders out there. You can definitely do this, and again, since things are connected a little bit more, why can't you have a rider that's maybe Blaze that appears over on the Hulu side, which I've heard is what their plan is to bring him down the road, and maybe then he just literally and figuratively rides off from that series and rides into like Moon Knight or Blade or something and makes his cameo. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. That's literally what they do. Like,
So here's the thing with like the whole crossover, but do you think they'd intentionally separate people like Blade and Moon Knight from Ghost Rider? And then never do anything with them? Like the signs are all right there. So something is gonna happen.
yeah,
Just wait.
They could go with Carter Slade, Ghost Rider, the cowboy.
The cowboy. I
Yeah.
mean, they could. I mean,
Get
they
all-
could go with Alejandra, if that's her name.
I mean, they are doing the female, diversity in the MCU, so that could be a way to go. I mean, or
Not that anyone likes Alejandra. It's just like
I honestly forgot she existed till you mentioned her, so that's something.
I only remember because the sequel was Ghost Racer's tie-in.
Oh, damn.
Well, the fact though that you have such an amazing current writer with Robbie Reyes, and you have his story that if you watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you know it. Why go back to Johnny when we've already had Nicolas Cage be Johnny?
Because nobody remembers those.
I remember
So
them
because Johnny's the name. Will you
Yeah.
ask anyone about Ghost Rider? People always go Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch. They
Yep.
are the two. And the fact that Robbie's a pseudo Ghost Rider, and I think they might actually be doing that in his show. So they might separate him slightly from the others, or they might be trying to tie him in more to it. I'm not entirely sure. But you go Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch because he is the name.
Exactly.
It's like going, well, we're going to do Iron Man, but we're going to do the 80s thing and have it be Rhodey. Like, no, you're going to go Tony Stark.
Exactly, yeah. And this is a way that you can establish that there are more writers out there, and then, if you do include, let's say, Johnny, and then maybe even Ketch or whoever, and you have, the one on Hulu, that could give that show a significant boost as well. So, I mean, it would make a whole lot of sense. And then if he just gets brought in, because I have no doubt somewhere down the road you're going to see, Robbie Reyes appear alongside some of the other darker characters in the MCU. It's like Ghost Rider has almost his own universe within Marvel. Like, that's really how that character is. So.
It's also a concept that kind of lends itself to having multiple people. Mm-hmm. Like, why would there only be one person that's died and come back seeking vengeance or whatever?
Right. Yeah, that's true. That is true. And how they got their power and what they're trying to do with it and how they're trying to fight it. Yeah, there's a lot to it.
There's 16 different writers.
There's been
At
a whole
least,
lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking it up right now of how many different writers there have
Now-
been.
You've also got Frank Castle. Let's go wild and do Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Dude, could you imagine that? Like, bring back freaking...
People aren't ready for it.
Oh my god, that would be the most insane thing. Shooting flaming bullets.
Wait, Red Hulk was even a
Yeah.
writer.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I remember that. Oh. Jeez.
A ton of people. It's like Venom at this point. They're bigger
Yeah.
than Ghost Rider.
It's like, what do we need to sell a few extra variant covers? All right, here we go. Like that's
And that's the thing with Ghost Rider. He's a far better like tattoo than he is a character. So
yeah. Well, especially Johnny Blaze. Like Johnny Blaze
yeah.
to me is the least interesting Ghost Rider. I'm just like, oh, okay.
I mean, so is Danny Ketch because he's essentially just Johnny Blaze but blue.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
blue though is really pretty.
It is.
That's why Robbie Reyes is the best rider, but you know, it is what it is. I guess I could say probably within the next year and a half, 2 years, we'll know if a Ghost Rider is coming to the MCU proper, like not just the Hulu side. So
I could see it. Like Disney keeps saying, everything's intertwined.
yeah, it's
so
all.
I don't doubt that we're even going to potentially see the like Runaways eventually in a movie, or at least one of them show up somewhere, being like, "Hey."
I mean, Runaways was a Kevin Feige project for the longest time, and then it got put over to Hulu and Jeff Loeb, so it makes sense why it's so good. Like, you know, so yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. The more riders, the better, I guess. That's kind of my takeaway. Just
So it just depends what like is it going to be a movie or a Disney Plus? I'd assume Disney Plus.
same. You know, it would be weird though. Like, could you imagine Disney Plus rider that's like, okay, this is pretty good. Then you go over and watch the Hulu one. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, because that's what Ghost Rider is. Because there's a couple of them in every era. Because he's even what was it Noble Kale, the 18th century Ghost Rider.
I mean, if you want to go back far enough, there was Ghost Rider at Dawn of Man. So
That's the one I
at the Flaming Mammoth.
Dude,
yeah.
toss them into Eternals. All right, Eternals. We've officially expanded that movie to 17 hours.
Yep. It will just never end. It's just
yeah,
constant.
it
You
just
you
keeps
pay your
going.
$12 to see it or whatever, and you just never leave. No,
It's like the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It just never ends.
I was just
Yeah,
about to
yeah.
say
It just
that.
keeps going. That movie is still going on somewhere.
You thought Lord of the Rings: Return of the King had multiple endings? Well, guess what? You ain't nothing.
So yeah, Ghost Rider. Hopefully they get more of his type in here because I like Ghost Rider enough. Robbie Reyes.
Hell
though, that's
yeah. Yeah.
Oh! Boo! That was
Don't boo me.
bad.
I mean, just look at it this way. I mean, you have more chances to get Blade and Ghost Rider team ups.
That's true.
What?
I hope they release it on like the 420 because you can just
Oh.
blaze.
Oh, my heart.
We just changed topics now.
We're gonna shift into gears.
Oh.